Hi, it's Becky with The Better Way to Homeschool. Still talking to you about homeschooling when you have toddlers and babies underfoot. Hopefully you've watched the last couple videos where I've been talking about evaluating your day, especially with your toddlers and your babies, and you're looking for those windows of time that the babies are either resting or napping, and you're going to use those times for the harder subjects like math and writing. And now I'd like you to take a look at your whole day, and I'd like you to look at those pockets of times when your baby's content, but they're not running around the house like crazy. What I did with my younger kids is when they were little, they spent a lot of time in stations that I established. I had a high chair station, I had the kitchen gated off so that the toddler could not roam through the house. I used playpens, I used cribs. I always had the kids close by, but there were definite times where I could put the baby or the toddler down in a playpen with a bin of toys, and I could buy myself 20 minutes of time. And so what worked for me may not work for you, but I will get into quiet time or activity type things that you can do with your younger children to entertain them while you are schooling your older children in another video. But I'd like you to take a look at your life as it is right now. Do your babies take naps? Do your toddlers take naps? Do you have rest time? If you said no to any of those questions, I'd like to encourage you to talk to a few moms that have scheduled their babies and to try to figure out how to train your children to actually have at least one nap a day. It's essential to their growth, and it will be essential to your sanity as you're trying to homeschool an older child while also taking care of a toddler or a baby. So do that. Talk to a couple veterans. I can tell you that I have 5 boys, and that my first child we did not schedule at all. We did not encourage or require naps. He did not have a regular nap bedtime until he was probably 3, and we didn't know how to do it. It wasn't until I bumped in a gal who over the years has become one of my very dearest friends, and she introduced me to the subject of scheduling, and I was very skeptical. Actually, I would use the word haughty and prideful because mommy knows best, and I knew that what I was doing was absolutely the best thing in the world. But then I watched her with her children, and I watched her children move peacefully throughout the day and lay down easily for a nap and go to bed at a decent hour. And I wanted to know what she knew, and she taught me by giving me the information that I needed to seek and then answering any questions that I had over the years. And it's turned out that the rest of my children, all 4 of them, were very scheduled babies. Not militant, like boot camp style, but they definitely had nap time and wake time, and they were very distinctive from one another. And because of that, I found that homeschooling for me, even with toddlers and babies, wasn't as hard as it would have been had I parented the way that I did with my older son. So with this video, I really need to encourage you that if your kids are not on any kind of a schedule, if they don't run through their day in the type of routine that would bore an adult, but that kids love, then I'd like to encourage you to try and establish some routine within your day, that your kids, your babies, your toddlers wake up at a certain time-ish in the morning, then they move through natural activities through the day. If you're new to scheduling, if you're new to establishing routine within your home, you can remember these 3 words in order, and they will help you establish routine within your home. And that is, your baby or toddler eats, then they have an activity, and then they have some type of quiet time. If they're little, that's when they'd go down for a nap. If they're a little bit older, they would have a quiet activity. And so they eat, then they have an activity, and then they settle down for rest time or quiet time. And if you can establish that kind of a routine within your day, it will make all the difference in the world. So hopefully you've been able to glean a little bit from this video about scheduling, and I look forward to talking with you on the next one. This is Becky with A Better Way to Homeschool.